Florence Day was just absolutely determined that we are going to have an alumni association. So the closest group that she had to work with were the Boston group. Florence Day went down to Boston and said, look, we've got to have an alumni group. So they dutifully got together, and then at some point this group would get together and over somebody's kitchen table they would type out a few things about what was going on at the school and send out maybe a 4-page flyer about the Alumni Association in the school. Well, the Boston group did this for a number of years, and then they got a little bit tired, so Florence Day made a trip to New York. And the New York group duly got together and elected all the officers. They elected the president, the vice president, secretary, and treasurer. They sent out a flyer to all the rest of us and said, these are the officers of our Alumni Association. And they all got together in somebody's office and typed up a flyer and sent that out, something about the school. Well, this went back and forth between Boston and New York for a number of years, and finally they all got tired. And in the spirit of democracy, they decided that maybe somebody in the hinterland should take this responsibility. So Florence Day got on the train or the bus or something and went to what was considered the edge of the earth, which was Pittsburgh. And
she was right.
And duly, the Pittsburgh group got together and elected the president, the vice president, the secretary, the treasurer, and they had the Alumni Association for a while. Now, the head of the new president of the Alumni Association was the director of the Red Cross in that area. And they weren't very close to school, and they got a little bit concerned. She was an administrator and had a lot of administrative experience, but she really wondered how on earth she was going to run this association. So Florence Day said, never fear, I'll help. And the Boston group said they would help too. So they got together everything that anybody would ever want to know about how to run an alumni association and put it in a trunk. And they shipped the trunk to Pittsburgh. And the idea was that the lady in Pittsburgh was to peruse all this information, and if she had any questions, she was supposed to call somebody, Florence or somebody. Well, about that time, they shipped the trunk. There were great rains in Pennsylvania. And the rains, that's okay, but then these rains turned into floods. And of course, Pittsburgh got flooded. And everybody in the United States decided that what they needed to do were to send boxes of clothes and canned goods to the Red Cross in Pittsburgh. So, well, you know what happened, the chaos that poor administrator had. And I think, as I understood it, it took 6 months before that administrator, our new president of the Alumni Association, made her first call and said, what am I supposed to do about the Alumni Association? But as you can see, we are well and we prospered. So whatever that first call was all about, they did wonderful things.